Are you struggling to get AspectJ working with Kotlin? You're not alone. Many developers face this challenge, and today we're going to unravel the mystery together. I totally get it. You write your code, you expect it to work, and then nothing happens. It's frustrating when you don't see the expected output, especially when you're trying to implement something as powerful as AspectJ. Here's the specific situation we're looking at. One user asked, "Why isn't my AspectJ AOP working with Kotlin?" They provided their code, but when they call their function, it doesn't print the expected output. Sound familiar? Let's dive into this and find a solution. So what could be going wrong here? There are a few common pitfalls when using AspectJ with Kotlin, especially around annotations and how they are processed. Let's break it down step by step. And stick around. I have a crucial tip at the end that could save you a lot of headaches when working with AspectJ in Kotlin. To begin resolving this issue, the user should ensure that AspectJ is properly configured in their Kotlin project. This includes adding the necessary AspectJ dependencies to the build file. Next, the user needs to verify that the AspectJ compiler is being used. This is crucial for the annotations to be processed correctly during the build. Now the user should check the point cut expression in their AspectJ class. It must match the method signature correctly to trigger the advice. Finally, the user should ensure that the AspectJ weaving is enabled. This can be done by configuring the AspectJ weaver in the application settings. Fun fact. Did you know that AspectJ was one of the first frameworks to introduce aspect-oriented programming? It's been a game changer for many developers. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. One alternative solution is to use Spring with Kotlin and AOP. You can generate a project with AOP support from startspring.io. In your build.gradle file, make sure to include the Kotlin and Spring Boot dependencies. The key is to apply the Kotlin and Kotlin Spring plugins, which make your classes open for AOP. Don't forget to annotate your Aspect class with both @aspect and @component. This will ensure that your AOP functionality works correctly with Kotlin. Now, let's dive into a different answer from another user. One alternative solution is to enable cap for annotation processing in Kotlin. This is essential for your AspectJ code to work properly. The Kotlin plugin supports annotation processors like Dagger or dbflow, but you need to apply the Kotlin capped plugin for them to function with Kotlin classes. For more information, check out resources on Kotlin annotation processing, including links to detailed articles. Let's check out another perspective from a different user. An alternative solution provided by another user is to use the Freefair Gradle plugin for AspectJ. This plugin allows for post-compile weaving, which can help integrate AspectJ with Kotlin more effectively. That's all on that answer. Let's take a look at another one. This user suggests a detailed approach for integrating AspectJ with Kotlin in Android. They explain that Kotlin and Java are compiled separately, which complicates weaving. To solve this, they recommend postponing the weaving process until after Java classes are compiled. This can be achieved by wrapping the weaving in a transform, creating a Gradle task that manages its own inputs and outputs. They also provide specific code snippets for setting up the build.gradle.kts file, including dependencies for AspectJ tools and runtime. The user emphasizes that this method avoids polluting compile task files and maintains incremental builds. Here's the crucial tip I promised. Always double-check your build configurations and annotations when working with AspectJ and Kotlin. This can save you hours of debugging. And there you have it. With these steps, you should be able to get AspectJ working with Kotlin. Remember, troubleshooting is part of the process. If you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button for more tips and tricks.